Hi, welcome back. This hairstyle is I kept my hair short for so long that now that it's actually long again, I'm trying to get good at doing actual hairstyles. So this is a total experiment. I have no idea if it looks good to anyone else in the world but me. Fuck it, I like it. So that's the important part. Oh my god, I really like this shirt. This is the first time I've actually worn it. Look, the sleeves are huge. I'm so happy. Alright, enough of that. I'm not here to be beauty YouTube, although I would kind of like to be at some point in my life. I don't know, I think that'd be cool. I have this dream of I'm a successful musician and I just run a beauty YouTube in my off time and my fans just indulge me because that's what you do. That's a ways off. I'm working on it. I'll get there. Speaking it into reality. For now, we're back. I'm back. I'm the only one here right now. 50 Shades Freed. That's what we're doing. Chapter 4. Chapter 3 ended with a fire in somewhere that is connected to Christian's work. Who cares? Plot. There was a suggestion that we don't know if it's arson or not, so it's probably arson, because plot. Yeah. Cool. Chapter 4. Of course, the chapter starts out with Christian, disappearing to talk to people to figure out what's going on with this fire and leaving Anna alone to just kind of pace around and be nervous about what happened. So finally she's like, I'm gonna go shopping, which seems a little bit out of character to me, because isn't she supposed to be not like the other girls, and so she doesn't like going shopping or clothes and makeup or whatever? Don't I remember them having that discussion several times throughout this series? Whatever, I guess. I'm sure there's plot reasons behind why. Not that I'm adverse to a bit of retail therapy. That's definitely one of my unhealthy coping mechanisms when I'm not doing well. I start spending money to try and fix that, even though I know it's not really gonna work. So anyway, she takes the jet ski to shore, because, okay, so for context, they're back on the boat, and she, instead of just going in their little motorboat or whatever to shore to go shopping, she takes the jet ski without telling Christian. He comes out on deck just in time to see her driving said jet ski, and so guess what they're gonna fight about later in the chapter? Probably, maybe a little bit. Oh, my poor pathologically overprotective husband. What am I going to do with you? How about leave his ass? So when they get to shore, Christian calls Anna and amazingly kind of okay with it, and they don't argue, and he's just fine, just be careful, come back in one piece, whatever. Character development? Maybe in this book, Christian Grey starts to learn how to be a decent human being. Wouldn't that be a miracle? So she's remembering something that Christian said at one point when they were visiting the gallery or whatever, and Christian says, "We can all appreciate the female form. We love to look whether in marble or oils or satin or film." That's some patriarchal, male-gazy bullshit going on there, is what I'm thinking. It gives me an idea, a daring idea. I just need help choosing the right one, and there's only one person who can help me. And then she proceeds to pull out her phone and call Jose. And I'm gonna go ahead and guess that she's buying a camera because there's gonna be some photography somehow at some point later on in the chapter. My subconscious glares at me like I'm a domesticated farm animal. Huh? Okay. So, yes, as predicted, Anna just bought Christian a camera. She just gave it to him, and they're talking about the photos that, if you remember, she found in his closet of all his past subs. She says, maybe you'd like to take photos of me. Christian is like, for me, photos like those have usually been an insurance policy. And excuse me if I've said this before in past chapters, but what the fuck? So he's literally just blackmailing his former subs into not talking about him. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up. Oh my god. So, oh my god, their thing about the camera turns into this whole discussion of Christian's like, I know I've objectified women for so long. Anna says, you think taking pictures of me is objectifying me? Finally, she like starts taking photos of him to try and lighten the mood, and she's like kind of joking around like, fine, I'll objectify you then. And then Christian turns flirty and is like, you want to be oppressed? I could oppress you big time, Mrs. Gray. No. I keep waiting for the flirting in this book to get better. It never does. And honestly, I should probably just stop waiting, because... So the funny thing is, I just realized so now they're like kind of like flirting and roughhousing and like taking photos of each other and whatever, and it's cute. I don't know. But I just realized I wrote a fan fiction that was basically this. Oh god, several years ago at this point. Except it involved a video camera, and it was members of a band. If I get requests, I will post a link to it. I will share it with you guys. All fucking 10 of you, however many subscribers I have. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's cute. Cameras are fun. Whatever. So Anna can tell that something is wrong with Christian. Like, duh, there was a fire in his office. Of course something's wrong. But he's like upset or whatever, and she's like, talk to me, what's going on, what's wrong? Like, she's getting kind of freaked out. But of course he's not talking to her, and then they start making out, and so her like internal monologue is, I dismiss the distant alarm bells in the back of my mind, knowing that he wants me, that he needs me, and that when it comes to communicating with me, this is his favorite form of self-expression. Fine, sure. But you're still gonna have to talk through whatever the hell's going on at some point. Sex is not a replacement for actual communication in a relationship. So, like, I think the most unrealistic, like, unbelievable thing for me in this series is just how often and, like, how consistently Anna comes just from PIV sex. Like, what the fuck kind of fantasy world? I can't even take this. So afterward, she's again trying to get him to talk to her, and he's still not saying anything. So to try and get him to talk to her, she starts repeating her wedding vows. He starts saying them back, and I just can't. It's too cheesy. I can't even. Please save me. Please save me from this book. I don't fucking know. Maybe I've been single too long. Maybe I'm just bitter. But yep, as I predicted, it was arson. Because of course it was arson. Because plot. So Christian's like, we've only got 2 more days left on our honeymoon. Is there anything else you'd like to see or do? She says, just be with you. And he says, well, can you do without me for about an hour? I need to check my emails, yada yada. And she's like, I try to hide my disappointment that I'll be without him for an hour. Is it freaky that I want to be with him all the time? I mean, no, because you guys are still solidly in the honeymoon phase of your relationship, no pun intended, because you've only been with each other for like 2 months at this point. I jump onto my newfound toy, Skype messaging. Oh my god, when was this published again? 2011? When did Skype first come out? I don't fucking know. Maybe it's acceptable that she's only just now learning about Skype messaging. Granted, here in 2018, who the fuck doesn't know about Skype messaging? Who uses Skype messaging, honestly? So she's messaging with Kate, and Kate says, Ethan has been accepted into the psych course at Seattle. Seattle what? I'm assuming some kind of school in Seattle, but there are several schools in Seattle that have the word Seattle in their name. Gonna need a little bit more information than that. Also, Kate just referred to Christian as Anna's ex-dom. Oh, there's a lot to unpack there. Oh my god, I think you guys can guess everything that I'm going to say though, so I just won't even bother. So yeah, I feel like I really don't have a lot of commentary on this chapter, but it's over. It ended with some like cheesy, you know, Anna had a nightmare that she'd lost Christian and she woke up and was like, oh thank God he's safe and my deepest, darkest fear is losing him, and so dramatic. So anyway, that's the end of that chapter. Whatever, I don't know, not a lot happened. It was boring. There wasn't anything devastatingly bad that I felt the need to rant about, which is nice, I guess. So, yes. Hi, thanks for joining me again. Comment, like, subscribe, obligatory message about all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter, that's down in the description box. And also, like I said, if you request it, I will link you to my fanfiction that involves cameras. Cameras and band boys. That's all you get to know until you request the link. Until next time, if you are a fanfiction writer, go out there and write some fanfiction. And who cares if it's cheesy and dumb? Just do it. Just enjoy it. Expressing your emotions and your desires as a fan of a piece of media or whatever. Maybe it's a fan fiction about a real human person who actually lives in the world. God knows I've written about a zillion of those in my life, and that's cool too. And I know there's a lot of like discourse online about whether writing fanfic about real people is like acceptable or whatever, but you know what? Fuck it. It's fanfiction. It's for you. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to write fanfiction about a real person, about a celebrity that you are a fan of, then just go fucking do it. 'Cause you know what? Chances are that celebrity will never see your fanfiction, especially if you just fucking write it for yourself and don't even bother to post it. Like, that's cool too. You don't have to write fanfic with the intention of posting it anywhere. You know, it's your creativity. It's your world. Go play in it. Do whatever the fuck you want. There are no rules. That didn't have anything to do with the actual chapter, but yes, I'm sticking with that. That's my advice for this month. See you next month. Bye.